FM. My name is Esther Wachuku, and these are the top stories. Bayo Onanuga reacts after Maersk denies $600 million investment in Nigeria. Ganduje Ward executives begin legal fireworks. U.S. Deputy Secretary meet over security concerns over issues in Nigeria. And First Lady Oluremi Tinubu hails Nigerian workers on May Day. Details now. The World News at 12 begins with a special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, reacting to the controversy surrounding the government's initial claim of a $600 million planned investment by shipping giant Maersk. Onanuga clarified no agreement or deal was signed between the Nigerian government and the shipping giant Maersk. You would recall that after President Tinubu's discussion with Robert Maersk on April 28th, the presidency released a statement announcing that the shipping company had pledged to inject $600 million into the Nigerian seaport industry. You would also recall that the post was deleted after Maersk officials denied having such agreements with the government of Nigeria. When contacted about the development, Onanuga confirmed that the two parties had not reached an agreement on investment. He added that people are unnecessarily giddy over nothing. Onanuga added that Maersk was unable to comment on investment talks, stressing that he did not expressly deny that there was an investment talk. The presidency has asserted that Danish shipping and logistics company AP Moller Maersk failed to comment on a supposed $600 million investment in Nigeria's seaport infrastructure. You would recall that a statement released by the presidential media team claimed that President Bola Tinubu secured the investment during a World Economic Forum meeting in Riyadh over the weekend. It was also disclosed that AP Moller Maersk chairman Robert Maersk had discussed the investment with President Tinubu on the sidelines of a meeting discussing energy development and growth. It was also disclosed that AP Moller Maersk chairman Robert Maersk used the opportunity to discuss other issues as regards seaport investment opportunities. The statement even included a direct quote attributed to Ugla saying, and I quote, "We believe in Nigeria and we will invest $600 million in existing facilities and make the ports accommodating for bigger ships." However, Maersk officials, in a statement to Lloyd's List, one of the world's oldest continuously running journals, refuted the existence of a signed deal, emphasizing that while discussions with the Nigerian government were ongoing, no concrete investment plans have been established. Maersk also stated such a deal does not exist, as the claim appears to be news to its officials. Elsewhere, the legal dispute between, or rather surrounding the alleged suspension of the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, began on Tuesday, April 30th, as the Kanu State High Court scheduled May 27 to address the preliminary objection, jurisdiction, and joinder applications. Presided over by Justice Usman Naaba, the court initially upheld Ganduje's suspension by the APC executive in Dawakin Ward, Tofu local government area of Kano State on April 15, 2024. Subsequently, on April 16, 2024, the court set aside April 30, 2024 as a date for the hearing and determination of the main case. However, the judge later revoked the suspension order. In the meantime, Ganduje obtained an ex parte order from Justice A.M. Lehman of the Federal High Court in Kanu on April 17, 2024. The order stipulated that the alleged suspension should not be enforced until the case was fully heard and decided. During yesterday's hearing, the applicants Haladu Gwanjo and Laminu Borguma, the legal advisor and assistant secretary of the ward executive, respectively, acting on behalf of the 9 ward executive members who suspended Ganduje, informed the court that they had submitted a motion ex parte with a 13-paragraph affidavit. They sought an interim injunction against Ganduje's suspension and were represented by their lawyer Ibrahim Saad. During the court hearing on Tuesday, Saad informed the judge that the respondent had served a counter affidavit in court. As a result, he requested a postponement to allow them sufficient time to respond to the application. The counsel for the fourth respondent, Lydia Uyewo, who also did not object to the new date, told the court that her client was not served with the court processes. Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima and United States Deputy Secretary Kurt Campbell held a closed-door discussion in Abuja on Tuesday to address matters of common interest between the two nations. VOP News understands that the meeting occurred immediately following the Vice President's return to Nigeria after representing President Bola Tinubu at the recently concluded International Development Association Summit in Nairobi, Kenya. A statement released by the Vice President's spokesperson, Stanley Nkwocha, highlighted that Senator Shettima's discussions with Campbell and his team focused on security, bilateral relations, shared goals, technological collaboration, economic cooperation, and mutual partnership. As part of the statement, both countries committed to enhancing their bilateral ties and connectivity. It is worth noting that Deputy Secretary Campbell has been present in Nigeria, where he serves as a co-chair of the 6th U.S.-Nigeria Binational Commission alongside Foreign Trade Minister Yusuf Toga. Nigeria possesses $750 billion worth of solid minerals. Meanwhile, the Minister of Solid Minerals said Nigeria has a deposit of solid minerals worth $750 billion. Alake stated that Tinubu's government is working to ensure the country becomes a promising investment destination for solid minerals development. He said this on Monday at a two-day National Stakeholders Roundtable on Sustainable Development of the Mining Industry organized by the National Institute for Policy Strategic Studies in Abuja. Now, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has celebrated with Nigerian workers on the occasion of the 2024 Workers' Day. The wife of the president acknowledged the immense contributions of the nation's workforce, which is renowned for its dedication, resilience, and innovation. In a statement she personally signed today in Abuja, Mrs. Tinubu asked the workers to celebrate work and reflect on how to be a better and more productive workforce. She also celebrates the spirit of work with pride, saying that it continues to be a source of strength, prosperity, and national progress for the nation. She wrote, and I read, "I acknowledge the immense contributions of our nation's workforce, which is renowned for its dedication, resilience, and innovation. I therefore salute the teachers who nurture young minds, the farmers who cultivate our land, the doctors and nurses who safeguard our health, the engineers who build our infrastructure, and countless others who dedicate their skills and energy to building a better Nigeria." In a recent development, Anthony Russell Tatum, a shareholder in X, has revealed that then-President Muhammadu Buhari's administration lifted the month-long ban on Twitter, now X, without any solicitation or dialogue with the platform's executives, as falsely claimed by the Nigerian government 2 years ago. The lies allowed to run unchecked by Twitter, according to Mr. Tatum, hampered free speech and had devastating consequences for the microblogging site's shareholders. In a 119-page suit filed in Pender County, North Carolina, USA against X and its owner Elon Musk at the time, Mr. Tatum accused the company, based on the actions of its erstwhile management, of hiding relevant information from shareholders and general recklessness, asserting its alleged failure to proactively disclose, take down requests of unflattering tweets from foreign governments that are hostile to free speech. In June 2021, Lai Mohammed, then Information Minister, announced a Twitter ban shortly after the site deleted Mr. Buhari's tweets for inciting violence, which was deemed a violation of Twitter policy and guidelines. Angered by the deletion, Mr. Buhari cracked down on Twitter, ordering all internet service providers in Nigeria to restrict people living in the country from accessing the microblogging site. Months later, in January 2022, Mr. Buhari's government reversed the ban, which it said was the outcome of several negotiations with Twitter executives and the site's decision to abide by certain conditions. Some of the conditions or concessions were taxation and establishing a physical office in Nigeria. Peter Zatko, a former Twitter employee, disputed the claims in a whistleblower report to the U.S. Congress that there were no such dialogues. His report made the center of a lawsuit filed recently in the United States. Mr. Tatum relied on the whistleblower complaint by Peter Zatko, a former vice president at Twitter, to bolster his argument about the corporation and its owner. Even though Mr. Musk was not responsible for the accusations, it was still the company he bought, hence the liability was his to take. Now, when Mr. Mohammed got wind of the whistleblowers' claims in 2022 and sought to vitiate them at a press briefing in Abuja in December 2022, he insisted that the Nigerian government had indeed negotiated with Twitter to lift the ban. The Buhari administration blocked Twitter in June and then falsely claimed to be in negotiations with Twitter executives. Twitter's failure to correct the false record of many reported non-existent discussions with the Nigerian government permitted Nigeria to negotiate unilaterally through the media and dictate unfavorable terms for a final resolution. That is, according to Mr. Tatum's allegation. You're currently listening to the World News at 12 on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll head into a news analysis segment. Do stay with us. Welcome back. This is still the World News at 12 on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. In more news reports, the Vice President of Interpol Africa, Garba Umar, made a denial while speaking in an interview on a monitored television program. The International Criminal Police Organization Interpol has said it did not participate in the rendition of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya in 2021. The denial was given by the Vice President of Interpol Africa, Garba Umar, during an interview via a monitored television program. The former president, Muhammadu Buhari's led federal government, had in June 2021 announced the arrest of Kanu in Kenya through the help of Interpol. A top source had revealed to an online media platform that Kanu was not arrested in London or anywhere in the United Kingdom. Diplomats confirmed that Kanu was picked up somewhere in Africa. The family and IPOB are actually very unhappy. Apparently, they had known about the trailing and arrest since then. Confronted with how early Interpol arrested Kanu in Kenya, Umar said, and I quote, "Believe you me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of." Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. If you look at all the other fugitives that have been brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link of those who were involved in the Interpol. Speaking further, Umar said that there are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation, and it does not necessarily bring Interpol. If one police and another exchange that a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation. However, that is out of the scope of Interpol. Now, I actually have via the telephone Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington is a political, national and social affairs commentator, and of course Barrister Darlington will be responding to some questions that will be thrown at him on the stories that were read out on the World News at 12. Barrister Darlington, good afternoon and happy Workers' Day.
Yeah, it's good afternoon and happy Workers' Day.
Yes, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining me on the World News at 12. Barrister Darlington, I want to start with the Maersk deal. Now, the reason why I want to start with this is that Bayo Onanuga is singing a different tone or a different song from what was tweeted earlier concerning the $600 million Maersk deal. Now, Bayo Onanuga is now reiterating or emphasizing that there was no concrete agreement reached. According to Bayo Onanuga, he's stating that all of the conversation surrounding this is unnecessarily being giddy over nothing. Now, when Bayo Onanuga posted that, Maersk outrightly denied having such a conversation. In fact, they said they don't even recall saying such a thing. Now, I want to read out something. There was a quote, and this was the quote they actually put out there. They put out a quote from Maersk stating that it was a good thing that they were having the conversation about this. The Danish shipping logistics company said they do not understand or neither are they aware of such a conversation taking place. Now, Bayo Onanuga is coming to reiterate what Maersk said. Why did he delete the tweet he made earlier? What was the rush to come to the media or come to the social media platform to make such a declaration if the following day you would deny outrightly? Did he think that nobody was going to get a hold of that tweet that he uploaded on his platform?
Thank you, Esther. This is a deja vu. It is their fucking trade. You know, when you are known for telling lies, some of us will not be surprised when you put up lies and you're not trying to defend it. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. Remember what happened in Dubai? That was from Juri Ngalale. Remember?
Yes. UAE.
All of a sudden, yes, UAE. All of a sudden, they started denying. Up to today, the so-called business and investment proposals. Esther, have you seen any of them?
You know.
Oh, so I was thinking maybe at least if any of these things have come to reality, we can say, okay, this one is a mistake. We have told this that the international community are not stupid. They can't put their money where they know that the government is not credible. It's as simple as that. All this jolly getting all over the world, look, they will not come.
But Barrister Darlington, there is something that is quite unclear here. Onanuga is adding that Maersk was unable to comment on investment talks, and it stressed that it did not expressly deny that there was an investment talk. But Bayo Onanuga was one who put that tweet to say that the conversation with Robert Maersk Ugla on April 28th, releasing a statement and announcing that the company pledged to inject $600 million into the Nigerian seaport industry. Now, this very same platform is a platform that the National Security Advisor is complaining that the medium has become rife for false information, disinformation, and fake news. That there is a need to curtail social media because a lot has been propagated there and is deteriorating the sanctity of our democracy and, of course, for security reasons. This is the same platform that Bayo Onanuga quickly wrote, uploaded on his X account that was made publicly into the news outlets. Now, immediately Maersk denied it, Onanuga deleted it. But he's coming this morning to make it seem like there is nothing to talk about. There's no reason for the hula baloo. I mean, are they trying to confuse Nigerians? Do they think Nigerians are mentally porous?
It is a sign of desperation.
Desperation for what?
For investors to tell you that Tinubu is making progress. That the tree went for in Saudi Arabia is yielding fruit. That is all. They want to confuse gullible Nigerians that the trip is yielding fruit. But they will not tell you the ones he went to in India last year and other places where they told us Indians are bringing $14 billion. Where are those things? Esther, where are those investment proposals? Did you not tell these people to sit down and to return your economy? They will come here begging you. You don't need to go out there. I don't know see what is going on in Nigeria. Or do you think that they are stupid? Okay, now that Bayo Onanuga has received the whole country, what is Rubadu going to say now about false information on social media? Will he arrest you? Why do you put up something that you are not sure of? If such a thing should happen, as long as we confirm the shipping anywhere in the world, Royce will be the first to announce it.
Is it possible that the president did not ask them to say anything, but they were quick on their own to say something? Is it possible that the president is not even aware of any of this?
In this administration, everybody is playing psychopathy. They want to do eye service to please Tinubu. He wants to be the first to announce it so that Tinubu will give him credit.
But you know that
I wonder why Yuri Jalali did not follow suit.
But you know, former Information Minister Lai Mohammed, sometimes when he comes out to the media to say something, at the time President Muhammadu Buhari will come and say something else. But he doesn't defend what was said that is different to what the president said. So the question is what is the essence of this, though? That's the question. What is the essence of this? If this administration intends to put out a form of transparency and change the perception that a couple of Nigerians have against it, why do something like this? Don't you think it discourages whatever positivity that the president may actually have towards the government?
I have told you, it is a sign of desperation. A government that is not credible, it will be looking for the slightest opportunity, the slightest sign to grab at any opportunity and then use it to blow up their image. There is nothing else. Desperation. They did not even allow people to come and they started saying what has exactly what they did in Dubai. While they were there, during the night they were there tweeting that the thing will start even today. They will start landing, our plane will start landing in Dubai. Until the people said no, we didn't say such a thing, no. And that was where he died. Nobody reprimanded them for false information. But let any of the social media, or let any of the media, or let any Nigerian say, NSA will jump up. DSS will jump up. You are spreading falsehood. You are misleading Nigeria. You are insulting the public. Now that it's coming from the government, I wonder what any of them will say now. I wonder what they will say. That's what I told you here, that if they are doing the right thing, there will be no need for any speculation in the social media. There is no need. Now that they are telling the lies themselves, what are they going to say? And nobody will be reprimanded. Is the Bayo Onanuga the information minister? That one said, I don't even know whether he exists. He only comes once in a blue moon. So that will tell you that in this administration, everybody is his own organ. You decide what to say and what not to say. Meanwhile, Tinubu does not even have the courage to reprimand any of them.
Why would you say he doesn't have the courage to reprimand? I recall that in the news, the president intends to shake up the cabinet. Some ministers that are not performing, there are tendencies that they will be redeployed to other sectors or possibly turned down, and then others will be reappointed. Is that not a clarion call to the fact that he is obvious or observing what is going on within all the sectors in the government?
No, look, the people that are doing propaganda for him, he will not touch them. He will not touch them because this administration thrives on propaganda and false information.
But they have accused other political opponents of the ones actually doing what you're saying. I remember the same Bayo Onanuga accused Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, of thriving on political, religious and ethnic sentiments. And he actually said that they thrive on propaganda, false news or false information, specifically using social media. So,
were you not surprised at the type of reply he got from the social media? Intelligent Nigerians replied him now. You saw what they replied him. They told him what they did and what they have been doing in office. So I don't need to say much on that. I thank God that we have been able to wake up Nigerians. There is nothing that will come from that answer of today. 1,001 Nigerians will reply them. We don't even need to talk much.
All right, Barrister Darlington.
And they will still reply him in this one. That's why he put it down.
Let's move on.
Looking for somebody to blame.
Let's move on to another conversation or another topic. It's concerning Interpol. They are saying they did not participate in the rendition of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya in 2021. And that particular denial was given by the Vice President of Interpol Africa, Garba Umar, during a television interview, specifically on News Central Television. What's your take on that? So if Interpol was not involved, then who did?
That will tell you the way they are looking at Nigeria. You know, all these lies is an embarrassment on his own.
No. Who is lying? Wait, Barrister, I want to clarify something. Who is lying? Interpol or the Nigerian government? The Nigerian government said it was in collaboration with Interpol.
Interpol, in fact, they are 110% right. If Interpol were to be involved, they will tell you. They will be the ones to even hand over Nnamdi Kanu to the Nigerian government. They were never involved. But they wanted you to look as if they carried a system follow due process. Remember, that was one of the reasons why the United Nations was angry with the Buhari government. They wrote a letter concerning that rendition. And that is one of the reasons our courts here have condemned it. So they are not trying to make it look good. That what they did was all right, that they followed due process. That's why they are lying all over the place.
So if Interpol...
People have come to clarify themselves because if you tarnish their image, that's a criminal offense.
But there is something...
If they do not clarify themselves, Interpol will not look like a rogue organization.
There is something that Umar Garba said. He says, I want to read out a quote. He said, there are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation, but that it doesn't necessarily bring Interpol. So if one police and another exchange that a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation, and that is out of the scope of Interpol. Can you help me clarify what that statement means?
They are trying to tell you the scope of the operation. Nigerian government never contacted Interpol about Nnamdi Kanu. Pure easy. Don't go further. They were never contacted about Nnamdi Kanu because they will ask questions.
So why would the government say it was through Interpol that they extradited him or that they renditioned him? Why would they use? Why would that make that as an official statement?
They want to make it look good that they follow the due process. That's what I'm telling you here. They want to cover the first lie with another lie. That was why Interpol came out, because their name has come up. And they need to clarify themselves. That is the truth. If they have asked Interpol for Nnamdi Kanu, the first is, what did this man do? Give us information, punish us with his offense. That's the first thing Interpol will do. But because they don't know what to say about Nnamdi Kanu, that was why they never contacted Interpol. They did it with the Kenyan police. And it may not even be all the Kenyan police, maybe some rogue policemen in Kenya. That's the truth. So I thank God Interpol has come out. Esther, please let me ask you, is it today that this government started lying to us? As I speak to you today, this government said that they are paying subsidy. But IMF and World Bank have told you that no, they told you that they remove subsidy. But IMF and World Bank have told you that they are paying subsidy. Is that not true? I've just denied it. Mention one thing these people have told you that you check and you say, oh, you can verify it. Mention one thing. Tomorrow night they say you are criticizing government. You are doing this. Tell me one thing that I've done right that we did not acknowledge. Lying and lying all over the place.
Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington.
How can you come and do business with a government that tells lies? Please, how?
No, they do business with Nigerian government based on bilateral relationship. Definitely, businesses will come in. Barrister Darlington, I want to say thank you.
What?
Thank you for taking your time to share your perspective on the stories. No, I'm not ending abruptly. It's time. Time has actually run out. It's 12:28, and this is I'm supposed to be done by now.
Let them stop this. It's embarrassing all of us.
All right, thank you, Barrister Darlington.
Look at where our passport is now. All these things are adding up now. People are looking at what is going on here.
Thank you, Barrister Darlington. I sincerely do appreciate your input.
You lie again.
Thank you, Barrister Darlington. Thank you so much. All right. And just before we wrap up on stories outside the shores of Nigeria, hundreds of police protesters and officers have raided Columbia University in New York City to disperse pro-Palestinian protesters who earlier took over a building on campus. Dramatic footage show police climbing a ladder to enter Hamilton Hall and remove students. However, arrests were reported. The university had earlier told the students to leave or face expulsion. The demonstrators want the university to divest from Israel over its continuing deadly military operation in Gaza Strip. And now to wrap up, here again are the top stories. Bayo reacts after Maersk denies $600 million investment in Nigeria. Ganduje ward executives begin legal fireworks. U.S. Deputy Secretary meets over security concerns and other issues in Nigeria. And First Lady Oluremi Tinubu hails Nigerian workers on May Day. That's a wrap on the World News at 12. My name is Esther Nwachukwu. Good afternoon and thank you for listening. Once again, happy Workers' Day.